Welcome in on this Friday edition of Hittin Hard with Jon Chuckery here on Locked On Sports Atlanta. Today on the show, we'll preview Falcons and Saints. Will we see Anderson again this year? And it's time to get home on Sunday. It's all next. Hittin Hard with Jon Chuckery, Locked On Sports Atlanta.
This is Hittin Hard with Jon Chuckery, part of Locked On Sports Atlanta. And it starts now.
We welcome you in on a Friday edition of Hittin Hard with Jon Chuckery here on Locked On Sports Atlanta. Head to youtube.com, put Locked On Sports Atlanta in that search browser. When you get there, hit that subscribe button. Leave us a comment. We are free and available on all of your favorite podcast platforms, including Spotify, Odyssey. Download us for free today. Leave us a 5-star review. And, of course, follow me on my personal Twitter page at JMCH316. We get ready for action on Sunday. Mercedes Benz Stadium will be the place, 1 o'clock kickoff. Great way to open up the season. Falcons and Saints will get things going in this new season. So as we look toward the game, a couple of things that stand out to me from what happened last year. One big stat is the rushing totals from last year. The Falcons ran it 37 times for 96 yards against the Saints last year, while giving up 304 yards on 71 carries last year. Obviously, that's the first thing that jumps out and says, okay, something has to change there. And of course, we know as the Falcons transition away from Matt Ryan in a pass-heavy offense, and they don't have the quarterback and the receivers to do all of that, Falcons have to figure out a way to run the football more effectively. When you see 37 carries and 96 yards, obviously we're not even close to, 3 to 4 yards per carry in that situation. We've talked before on the show. Look, the Falcons, if they're going to have their new identity on offense, have to be productive doing it. And by the way, this can't be your quarterback is running all over the field for his life. With all due respect to Mariota and Desmond Ridder, if something happens to Mariota, they ain't Josh Allen. Josh Allen's got the physical size, but B, he's still a throw-first quarterback. I know he runs a lot, but he's still a throw-first quarterback. They have to establish the running game, whether that's Tyler Algier getting a lot of carries as a rookie, obviously Cordell Patterson getting his touches, Damian Williams. I do think that they're going to go with a three-headed monster at running back to try to carry the rock and try to get something going. But obviously it's all going to start with their offensive line. And I've talked before, the number one thing I'm going to watch on Sunday is both lines of scrimmage. And we'll talk later on in the show about getting home, but both lines of scrimmage to me, even in week one, because this is a good offensive and defensive line that the Saints have, is going to tell me a lot about what direction we're going to go. So first and foremost is Falcons have to run the football better, and they have to do a better job of stopping the run. The Falcons weren't bad on third down against the New Orleans Saints last year, but it was kind of a split personality type thing. One game was 3 for 10, which is outstanding. The second game was 8 for 16, which is not good at all. Getting off the field on third down. This is something Dean Pease has talked about coming off of last season when he was wrapping up last year and talking about going into this season. He talked about being able to cover one-on-one on the outside. We'll talk about that in a second. But he also talked about the idea of getting off the field on third down. You have to in the NFL. You can't be a bad third down defense in the NFL. Here's the thing about the Falcons. Only 2 teams gave up more third down conversions than the Atlanta Falcons last year. 2. Only 2 teams. So that's not a good stat when you talk about where do I want to be in the NFL. Giving up the third most first downs off a third down in the league is not where you want to be out there. We'll talk more about this in just a second. But first, let me talk about my friends over at Built Bar. Built.com is the place to go. Listen, we've been talking a lot about these protein-infused marshmallow puffs. The new flavor hot on the marketplace, cookie dough chunk. Real pieces of cookie dough chunk covered in 100% chocolate. You're looking for that high protein, low sugar, low carb, low calorie snack. 160 calories in these protein-infused marshmallow puffs with 15 grams of protein. And you know how great they taste. I want you to head to Built.com today. Built.com is the place to go. Look at their wide, extensive selection of different products that they have. They've got more than just the marshmallow puffs, regular protein bars, all kinds of snacks and different things like that. Check out their wide variety of different things on their menu over there at Built.com. And when you get there and you put together your order, when you get to checkout, I want you to use the promo code LOCKEDON15. That's LOCKEDON, the number 1, the number 5. Use LOCKEDON15 to get 15% off your order simply by using LOCKEDON15 at checkout. Built.com. Check it out today and check out the new cookie dough chunk puffs with the 15 grams of protein infused in them. The other part about this is getting after Jameis Winston. You know, last year the Falcons in these 2 games gave up 5 sacks, but only sacked the quarterback twice out there. I think that there is the capability of getting home. And again, like I said, we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show. But this has got to start this week, right? This can't be a slow build, slow burn. We'll figure it out. Nope. Line up. It's regular season. You saw the Rams and the Bills last night, right? You saw the Bills get after Matt Stafford. 7 sacks in that game last night. Okay, the Falcons only had 18 for the entire year last year. The Buffalo defense picked up 7 against Matt Stafford. By the way, guess who the Falcons play next week? Oh, yeah, Matt Stafford and the Rams out in L.A. You got to get after the quarterback in this league. What do we talk about all the time? You want to be a successful defense, you have to be able to sack the quarterback. Also winning some of these one-on-ones. Look, I do believe Michael Thomas is going to play for the New Orleans Saints. All reports are, and we're getting the same kind of, confusing details that we get out of Drake London and stuff like that. But Michael Thomas is a little bit different. He's missed 2 years. I get the idea of trying to bring him back. But all the reports are he's progressing, looking good, getting ready. I think he's going to play on Sunday. I need A.J. Terrell to take him away. I need A.J. Terrell to lock him up and take him away. Win that one-on-one battle. The other thing the Falcons have to do is they can't let Alvin Kamara beat them out of the backfield on catching the pass, right? Kamara has had huge games previously against the Atlanta Falcons as far as catching the ball out of the backfield and really hurting the Falcons there. They have to be able to limit that. Again, he ran it well against the Falcons last year, especially in the final game of the season, but you also can't let him catch passes out of the backfield and get it cranked up and get it going there. So winning that battle is another thing. And getting out early. I've talked before about the idea of this is not just a typical home opener for the Falcons. This is an important game to get off on the right foot. And you want to get your crowd involved. You want to get the people excited. Go down on a first drive and get some points. You score first. You hold them from scoring and get this thing off to a good start early. Don't let the defense give up a touchdown on the opening drive. Don't let our offense just kind of fuddle around and not get anything cranked up and going. Even if it's going down the field and getting the field goal and getting some points on the board early, keep your crowd in it. Keep the people energized and get off to a good start. Because, look, you ain't going to be home for a few weeks after this game. You're not going to be home until week 4 of the NFL season. And you're going to be on the road and you're going to be out west for a while. Get this thing off to a good start. So I'm excited about what we're going to see on Sunday. I think that there are a lot of things that the Falcons can do and find a way to win this game. We've talked about getting off to a good start. Falcons, if this season is going to have some sort of positive direction, Sunday would be a big step in going there. We'll worry about the Rams and the Seahawks and the Browns. We'll worry about everybody else. Let's take care of our business at home. Let's take care of our business in the division. Do those 2 things, and we'll figure out the rest. We'll figure out everything else from there. All right, when we come back, are we going to see Ian Anderson again this year? We'll talk about that next. Hitting Hard with Jon Chuckery, Locked On Sports Atlanta.